Hey, how's it going, everyone? It is My Guy Knows a Guy. I'm joined by Trot Wham, NBA Jam Zone, and Josh, aka Punt School. How's it going, everyone? It's NBA betting today. Thanks for patiently waiting. Got back inside a bit late, just in time for the NBA games, though. There's so many today. How's it going, everyone? How's it going? Wham, Jam Zone, Punt School. Let's get to it, bro. How's it going?
Blessed, bro. Blessed, man. Feeling good, bro. About yourself. How about yourself, man, Eddie? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Hey, good to see you again, brother. Hey, but now we here to cash some tickets, man. Let's talk some basketball, cash some tickets.
I was out the loop for a bit. There's a lot of news coming in. Shout out to everyone that's been patiently waiting in the chat. Joseph, we see you. Dante, Cam, how's it going, everyone? Yeah, so we're going to just get to the schedule for 1 second. Take a second to hit the like button and subscribe for us. And follow these gentlemen on Twitter as well. Let's get to it. We're going to go to the first game on the schedule, the Cleveland Cavaliers against the Phoenix Suns. What you guys got in this game? I posted a video earlier. I played the team total under on the Cavs. I'm interested to hear everyone's opinion on this. How you guys feel about this game? Josh.
I'll jump in. Like I got a play as well on this one already. Kind of a little bit the opposite to you, but I'm on the Suns team total over here. I think this offense is absolutely rolling. You look at the last couple of weeks, their pace of play is like top three in the league over the past 2 weeks. They're really pushing the tempo, and I think it's not surprising that their offense is clicking as a result of that either. Cleveland, I mean, known to be a slower paced team, but as well, the last week, they're happy to go back and forth. We saw it against Brooklyn. Whenever you play a team that's going to push the tempo against them, they're happy to go back and forth with it. And I think that's pretty much what's going to happen today. You see the line, the total definitely moving in that direction. It's moved a couple points up since its opener. I kind of lean the full game over, but I prefer the Phoenix Suns team total over here. I think offensively, they have some pretty good matchups there. I don't see anyone really shutting down Booker or Chris Paul at the moment, especially in that mid-range area. So they should be able to create the shots that they want, and as long as they're falling, I like that team total still over.
Okay,
So we
you're
got,
expecting a big offensive performance from the Suns. What's going on, James? How you feel about this one?
yeah, I like. I kind of like what you said when you talked about the team total under for the Cavs because it correlates with my play in this game, which would be a side would be under 211.5. You got a lot of money coming in on the under. Got some sharp movement on the under, but I still feel good about this game coming under. I don't think the Cavs are going to be able to score with the Phoenix Suns tonight. Another play that I do have in this, I didn't want to go too far into this game or give too much analysis because I didn't break it down too much, but I lean under and I like DeAndre Ayton over 14.5 points. Cavs give up the most points in the paint. I want to say they give up the most points in the paint in the year. If not, they're like top 5 for sure. So give me DeAndre Ayton over 14.5 points. He's averaging over 20 points in his last 5 games back. And don't take his double-double, but if you did want to do like a points and rebounds combo, it's a little bit more juice. So I would just say, hey, top on the points. Talked about it earlier on Wham Show.
Yeah.
Okay.
My fault, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, go
Sorry.
ahead. Go ahead, Wham. How you feel
Yeah,
about
my
this game?
fault. I was just gonna say, I might be the only one that thinks the Cavs got a shot here, and they actually was the ones that initiated this streak for the Suns. So my thought process was they started off with the Cavs, it ends with the Cavs in Cleveland here. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers, obviously, they're a great ATS team. In the first half, though, they covered, I believe, seven out of the last 8, or 7 of the 8 in the first half at the house. So they've been covering at the house there. I think Lauren Marketing comes back, probably gets his little bit footing here now because he got a few days to get acclimated here. I didn't like what I seen from the Suns yesterday. Well, I'm sorry, not yesterday, the day before against the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs shot terribly from the free throw line, 50% from the free throw line, and then also they shot bad from three, about 25% from three. I don't think they're going to see that type of opponent today. I think the Cavs play a little bit better at the house. So I do lean Cavs, but Garland is a big question mark. So I don't know what's going on there. But that's the way I'll go.
Garland's actually activated. He's playing now.
Oh, nice.
Garland will play. The game came off the board just as we went live, roughly about, I think, 5 minutes prior to us going live. I said earlier to myself, if this team total doesn't jump by maybe more than 2.5 points, he does account for a large part of their offense in the absence of Colin Sexton tonight. I still think this Cavs team total is going to go under. I see that it's opened back up at 102. I still think it's going to go under. I think that the Suns are going to stifle these guys today. But on the flip side, I was a bit scared of the full game under because I didn't really know how much the Suns would score. But at the same time, with Garland questionable for most of the day and the Suns performing how they have, it's pretty strange that they weren't favored by more. That's really the only reason I didn't jump back on the Suns train today. But I definitely lean to it's for me. It's the Suns or nothing. Like it's Suns. So, but hey, let's see how it goes. It is another road game. They've been winning, not necessarily covering, but when you look at the body of work for the Suns defensively over the course of the win streak, especially like in the latter, like maybe 7 games, their defensive metrics are all just increasing with every game. They had a slip up in the fourth quarter against the Spurs, but if you look at the Spurs themselves, most of their home games go over anyways. They score at the crib.
Yeah.
So I still think that I still like the Cavs team total under 102. I'm actually just looking up the props right now. I like Mikal Bridges props. It's just that when we were going live, the market went down. I like Mikal Bridges scoring props and 3 props in this game. I'll just look it up while we move on to the next game. And
12.5.
12.5. I like that today because even in a blowout scenario, he's still going to get burned. He's still going to get his minutes. And he's coming off a subpar performance. This is a team in the Cavs that's a lot of moving parts. Maybe they won't be able to keep up with the younger athlete. I think Mikal Bridges will hit that 12.5 over still.
11.5. Excuse me.
11?
Just dropped a point. Yeah, dropped
See,
a point.
unless there's a blowout, I see him hitting that. You guys have any other plays for Suns Cavs or what?
No, I like that campaign off the bench. I like his assist props, but bench player on the road. Trying to stay away from it, but I think his assist prop is live. I haven't looked at it, but yeah, we can move on. Nothing official.
Okay, let's move on to Lakers Pacers. We already know, hey, we're in other parts of the I guess the world, but you guys are out there on the West Coast, tuned in with the Lakers. Crazy line movement since the opening. It opened at 1.5. It's what, 6 right now? Let me pull it up. 6.5. LeBron is in. AD's out. Once again, a new starting lineup for the Lakers. Once again, moving parts for the Lakers. But then, hey, the Pacers themselves, they're somewhat inconsistent. Trot, Wham, how do you feel about this game?
Man, this shit sounds bad, but I kind of don't trust the Lakers, man, in this spot. As far as Sabonis, he has the advantage, man. We're pretty bad at defending the paint. We're definitely gonna be even worse without fucking AD in the lineup, man. So that's the only way I could think here is probably going to Pacers here. But again, I don't want to lay 7 with the Pacers, man. So this is a big pass for me. We have 13 games on the game. Obviously I'm going to watch this game, but let's look at the card a little bit deeper. That's my opinion. I would stay away from this game. But honestly, if I was taking a look in props, though, I'll probably be going Russell Westbrook again, man. It's obviously cashing at a plus money rate, over 1.5 threes, always plus money because people are not going to bet it. You know what I mean? So, and he hits it at a good rate, recently. So that's the way I would go, honestly. Other than that, it's a big pass, bro. I'm away from this game. Scary.
I wanted AD to play out. I leaned towards the Lakers in the first half earlier. I know that sounds crazy, but the only thing that really stopped me from endorsing it at an early hour was the reverse time movement. Traveling backwards across time zones again. Going from New York, it is central time zone, right? But still,
right.
I don't know. I'm gonna watch this game. This game's gonna be weird. One thing I'll tell everyone, and shout out to everyone that's watching right now, take a second to follow these brothers. Trot Wham, NBA Jam Zone, Punt School on Twitter. We're always talking sports, always coming up with predictions, capitalizing, just going through the schedule. But one thing I'll tell you guys is that with the Pacers, this game won't be normal. I know that's a blanket statement, but this game won't be normal. Something crazy will happen in this game.
Some wild shit, regardless. Especially LeBron's back.
Will happen.
Yeah, LeBron's back too. It's gonna be weird, bro. It's gonna be weird.
But I don't like the way that sets up, man. I told Wham earlier today that I felt like that AD wasn't going to play. I felt like that's the reason why the line was set where it's at. I know that LeBron's back tonight. We got a lot of money, not so much. It's almost an even split for the total. But I lean under. I think this game is going to come in under 217. Both of these teams Well, I know the Lakers like to play at pace, and with LeBron in the game, I believe they're going to slow it down just a bit and play a little bit more half court basketball, some more ISO basketball. LeBron's just going to let Westbrook work, and I like that. Wham said if you're going to look towards some props, look at Westbrook props. Hey, if you're not scared, and you want to make a little bit of money and throw out some money on a play, Westbrook triple double is it might be a small, it might be a baby triple double, 10-10-10.
Right.
But it's something that could definitely hit tonight. Just with him being a facilitator and scoring at times when he needs to score. We already know Westbrook's going to crash the boards. Yeah, it's like +4 something. Check the number. I think last I looked it was +480 or 470. But yeah, I don't advocate going and throwing a whole unit on it. But if you're not scared and you want to throw a little bit of money on a big plus money play, then that's the one I would look at.
What is the number?
I want to say it's all right. Give me 2 seconds. So Westbrook to record a triple double is +480.
Nice.
+480.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, appreciate the insight too. Josh, you have anything on Pacers, Lakers before we move on? I don't have much on this game. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna watch this one.
Look, I was lucky. Like, I got in on the Pacers at the opener. I took the -1.5 when it opened. So now I'm happy to just sit back and see what happens there. But I actually really like the unders as well, man. I think that's 100% the look here. It was interesting just hearing as well Frank Vogel talk about they're going to run a zone apparently for pretty much the entire game to cover the fact that AD's not there. And I think when you get teams that want to play, basically zone for an entire game, it's going to slow things down drastically. The Lakers push it, but yeah, I think they'll slow it down with LeBron. And also the Pacers are a pretty slow-paced team themselves. So I think both teams are going to be pretty happy just to chug through this one, play a lot of half-court sets, and that's going to slow things down a lot. So that unders looks really good to me as well. I haven't got there yet. I think I might before tip-off as well to go with the Pacers position. And, aside from that, I mean, for player props, I probably would look at Sabonis, even if it is a low-scoring one. I just think it's an absolute mismatch inside there. Wham said it best. Like, there's just – I don't think there's anyone the Lakers have that they can throw at him to slow him down in any way. His usage is through the roof basically every night as well. And we've seen just LA during this road trip as well where they've struggled. Man, big wings, big forwards, they've been absolutely feasting against the Lakers. Feasting. Randall last night, Tatum before that. Even Jeremy Grant got it going at one point for Detroit. Like, it's a position that they just don't have a natural matchup for right now. And until they figure things out, I think, and as long as the Pacers keep going to him, which I imagine they will, he should be able to get whatever the hell he wants, I think.
Okay, yeah. Great insight there. For me, I don't have too much in this one. I wish you guys best of luck on right here. It might be a live betting opportunity. Someone jumps out there as well. The under might be a play if you go for the returning star, returning star theory as well. That might be in effect with LeBron here. He might try to pull one out here, slow it down. Just got some Raptors news too. The OG Anunoby is out. He was trying to come back from the hip injury. OG's out. Kem Birch is also out for the Raptors. The total dropped in that game by like 3 over the course of the afternoon. I was wondering why. They definitely already knew that. They can't trick us. Let's shout out to everyone that's watching right now as well. Hit the like button for us. If you're watching on Twitter, come over to YouTube, subscribe, hit the like button. NBA betting today. We're just going through the schedule, and let's move on to the next game. So it's another 7:00 game. We'll speed it up a little bit. We'll just go through some of the picks, some of the rationale. We'll just go. We'll just take turns. And for next one is Hornets Magic. This game, somewhat overlooked on the card. Obviously, it's a full card. We know the Hornets have been lighting it up on offense. They've been in the bottom tier defensively. I feel like this is just me. This is just me. Okay, I don't feel like I'm comfortable yet in the development timeline of LaMelo Ball and the team defensively, the Hornets, to give up 8 on the road in the NBA. That's just me with the Hornets. Defensively, they're too leaky. I know that basically no one's playing for the Magic, but to me, it's one of those maybe too good to be true scenarios because the Magic have been down bad when it comes to their lineups, but they're a very strange team, and maybe this is one of the games that I just have to start seeing a body of work of the Hornets covering 7+ on the road. But I'm sure with LaMelo Ball's development, like we're entering that territory like soon. I don't know how you guys feel about this. The floor is open.
Yeah, I would agree with you there, man. It's kind of tough to lay it with Orlando, especially being on the road. If they're at home laying this price against this team, I'll probably be just like, hey, this is a slam dunk Hornets spot. But without that, it's kind of tough there. But I do still think that the Hornets can pull this off. No Anthony makes this team look like a fucking JV team. I said it on my show today. It just looks terrible. Don't get me wrong. I do think that the Bucks are in form now, and they could possibly cover these big spreads. But in this case, man, like this Hornets team, I think they showed us at least that they're playing a good defense. They're holding opponents to the second lowest 3-point percentage over the last 5 games. Pretty fucking interesting there. They're playing pretty good defense there. If they're stopping this JV team, they should be able to cover this spot. I think early is probably where you want to go with this Hornets team because, obviously they don't pick up early on. They're not that type of trend for this team. It's more like the other way around. But I think early in this spot will probably be a way of getting away from this half big number. They could come out early by 10 points and then maybe even still not cover, but almost cover there later on down the line. So this could be a backdoor cover. That's the reason why I wouldn't endorse this as a play. But I could see the make of the Hornets here. But I do like LaMelo Ball. Let me go over that as well. Sorry. LaMelo Ball over 9.5 rebounds at plus 137. That's the way I would go. He's been killing the rebounds. Actually been going over this the last 3 times. I like that guy to keep this up and LaMelo Ball over rebounds there. That's the way I would go.
Right now, the only thing they can kill that's blowout. A blowout's the only thing that can really kill that, right?
True. Man, blowout kill every prop.
Over props. I do want to add a play for everyone watching right now. I do want to add a play to the Mikal Bridges points. Also, another small prop. I'm going to book that right now is Mikal Bridges over 1.5 threes at plus 105. It just opened up. I'm going to take that as well. I just want to say that. And then in the Magic game against the Hornets, Jam Zone is looking appealing. Franz Wagner, 12.5.
You know what, man?
He's coming off a 0. He's got to.
Bro, he's been struggling.
He's got to. Franz Wagner has the green light tonight. He has the green light.
He's got to do something. You know me. I like to ride this kid's props whenever they're up, and I can't do it tonight. But look, in a situation where there is a blowout, I think that you want to be on the side of the team that's getting blown out, especially with a rookie. And we talked about this. He might be blowout proof, with the coach wanting to give him some run. But I just can't see a situation tonight where I'm going to go ahead and take it. I don't think Charlotte is a big defensive team, especially on the wings. I mean, he plays small forward. They don't match up well with that position. I know Mikal Bridges is there. He plays the same position, but he can be a pest at times. But Terry Rozier's not guarding anybody, so their wings aren't really going to do much in this game. As far as Charlotte goes, they give up some of the most points to the small forward position. So yes, if he was going to bounce back, tonight would be the night. Even though this game might end up being a blowout, I like LaMelo Ball to go over 20.5 points. I think he'll have 21 points, and you can get it at plus 108 right now. I think he's going to start early, and he's going to start fast. Last game, he was kind of distributing. I think he had a foul or 2 early. I know in the game when he played them earlier this year in Orlando, he did not have a good game at all. But like I said, I think he's going to start fast tonight. I think he's going to get out there trying to run, get this game going. Because, look, they're playing a team that doesn't have anybody. This young kid's going to want to blow this team out. Hey, we've been on a good run. Let's not stop now. LaMelo Ball might have 30 tonight. He might catch this prop by halftime.
He's a matchup nightmare for their backcourt, though. That is very true. The pressure that he's going to apply. Let's speed it up just a bit, too. Josh, do you have any plays for Hornets Magic?
Absolutely nothing, man. Like, I echo basically everything you guys have said as well. I agree entirely. Like, I can't lay this many points on the road with Charlotte right now, but, the Magic are, like, I don't even know if they have NBA quality players on that roster aside from maybe a couple right now, given the injuries. So it's just an easy pass, really. I maybe lean towards the unders a little bit, but again, it's just given how many other games we've got to hit, I think this is just an easy one to stay away from me.
Yeah, could be hey, let's see how the Magic are strange. Let's see how they perform in the first half. They might make it difficult for the Hornets, but it'll show me something if the Hornets can cover this on the road, just going forward. It'll be a nice data point for them just moving forward. Okay, the next game we have nationally televised game, Nets Celtics today, everyone. A bit of an injury report hit job on the Celtics side of things throughout the day. It's open. How you guys feel about this one? Nets Celtics.
I've been going back and forth with this game all day long. First, I'm on the Celtics. Earlier today on Wham Show, I was on the Nets. Back on the Celtics. I'm on the Nets. I think the Nets will get this money tonight. They're depleted. They're injured. So that's the kind of thing keeping me off because the Celtics at this point are deeper than them right now. But I don't have an official play on the side. I do have a play, a couple of props. You guys know I love Marcus Smart over 5.5 assists at plus money. I think that's a good play. And I also like Patty Mills points over 12.5. And if you don't want to just take his points over 12.5, go ahead and take his 3-pointers over 3.5. They both correlate. When he's going over his point prop, he's hitting threes. Wherever you want to take it, it's up to you guys. But I do like Patty Mills over 12.5 points.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like those. Look, I was much the same back and forth on the sides here, and no Robert Williams, I think, is a big one for Boston. No Josh Richardson, kind of hurts their depth a little bit as well. He's still got Jaylen Brown, who's going to be a game time decision, so that's going to swing things, I think, pretty big as well. I did take the Brooklyn Nets team total earlier. I was hoping that Rob Williams would play, obviously. But, the Nets have just struggled against top-tier defenses, and I think the Celtics, one thing that they're really showing themselves to be is an elite defensive team right now. It's taken a little while to work things out, but, you look at the past fortnight, they've been top 5 in pretty much every defensive metric there is. I think that's going to continue to grow as well for them. This game probably going to be a slower pace game as well. Both teams like to slow it down, play in the half court. Neither team's offense likes to push the pace and play in transition either. So until I can see the Nets really execute against a top tier team, I mean, we saw them really struggle offensively as the Warriors worked things out against them. I think the Celtics defense is certainly capable of doing something similar, even without those pieces there today. So I am on that team total under for the Nets. I don't trust them right now against elite opposition, especially, without, I think, Joe Harris proving to be probably more important than people imagine. I mean, they're beating down on these weaker teams, and that's kind of making them look like they're probably better than they are right now. But like I said, I need to see them put it together against a top team. And for me, Boston is a buy-on team right now. I think they're starting to figure things out under Udoka a little bit.
For sure. I believe that they have turned the corner. The Celtics have figured things out a bit. And then I'm expecting a big game from Al Horford today. I actually lean towards the Celtics in this game. I'm just not participating in too many Nets games at the moment. At the moment, still in a bit of a phase at the beginning of the season with them and the Lakers where haven't taken too much action on Nets games. But I won't be surprised if the injury report hit job with the lack of line movement that has accompanied it really, is fishy, and the Celtics win this game. I'm expecting a big Al Horford game. If he plays his usual minutes, he's going to apply pressure on the interior. I don't see Tatum really dropping 30 again. He's going to, I see that prop as a bit too easy. I'm not sure. Maybe they spread it around today. Maybe Dennis Schroeder, some of these other guys, Marcus Smart, they come to play. Won't be surprised there. And on the net side of things, nothing for me for props. If you guys have any more plays here, we can. You have any plays on this one, Wham?
Yeah, I'll just add to you what you guys are saying. I do believe that it could be a good spot for Al Horford here. This team is still ranked bottom 10 in rebound percentage. The Brooklyn Nets. They have the advantage on the meetings though. They covered and won 7 of the last 8 meetings in this matchup here. But the Celtics, man, over the last 5 games, they're number 1 in rebound percentage. They're going to have that advantage there. So I can see it being a big man type of day. Al Horford, LaMarcus Aldridge, I wouldn't be fair for him, but let's keep it. My fault, bro. On there.
No, you're good. It was more plays the better. Let's go. Let's keep it going. We have Pistons Bucks right here. I'll be completely honest. I think that this is a scheduling nightmare as well for the Pistons. I know Stewart. How many games was Isaiah Stewart suspended? Either way, Giannis wrecking ball. This Bucks team still has work to do to climb towards the top of the Eastern Conference. I think the Bucks cover this game, but I like the Bucks first half -9. I like the Bucks first half -9. I think they get these guys out the way early, and I'm not going to say the back door is open for the 15, but I do. I've seen too much of a trend of the three-point shooting just evaporating and the aggression evaporating for this Bucks team in the fourth quarter for me to lay 15 full game. even though I was highly confident in that their last game against the Magic, I pretty much said that they would cover first quarter, first half, full game. In this scenario with the Pistons, I just feel with the divisional familiarity between the Bucks and the Pistons that the Bucks should get off to a flying start in this game, first quarter, first half. But first half -9, I like it. Anything for you guys in this one?
I'm on full game. I took 14. It's 15 now. I have no problem with that. I mean, it's a stupid line, but like you said, this is a really, really bad spot for Detroit. I think it's going to start to catch up with them a little bit. They're playing shorthanded. Obviously, Stewart's not back tonight. Olynyk's out as well. They're going to be thin in that front court. I think Giannis is basically going to be able to do whatever the hell he wants and just bully his way to points if he wants to. And at the end of the day, look, Milwaukee, when we've had Giannis, Middleton, and Drew all together, they look like that regular season juggernaut that they've been the last couple seasons with Budenholzer there. And I think they're going to go on an absolute tear over the next couple months as long as those three are healthy. So just a horrible spot, yeah, like you said, for Detroit. I think it catches up with them a little bit tonight. I think we see another absolute beatdown from the Bucks.
An absolute beatdown. That would be great. How's it? You guys have anything on this game? Jam Zone, Trot, how's it going?
First half was where I would lean. I like the first half -9.5. Get in and get out early. You don't know how this team's going to do once they start getting up fast. But yeah, first half, no props in this game for me. I see an absolute blowout. Take unders. Take unders on people's props. That's all I can say.
Yeah, just look at those teams that have, that got off to a somewhat slow start, that still have that pedigree of going deep into the playoffs from last year. You're seeing them rise in the rankings and the standings. The Hawks, the Bucks, elevated performances with the added incentive of catching up to the rest of the teams. I think the Bucks are going to keep performing. This is a team that has a consistent track record of just beating teams and covering on teams that are under 500, or especially in that division over the last 3 years. So I can't say that -15 is a bad bet. Let's see how this goes when it starts. I like -9 first half. If it doesn't ride, I'm going to play that small. Maybe there's an opportunity for a Bucks comeback and they cover late, but I definitely see either one or both covering the first half or full game. But yeah, best of luck too, Josh. Yeah. Any props in this game? We can move on.
Yeah, the only prop that I would say is on the other side, and it's possible blowout potential. So it'd be Cade Cunningham over his assist. Shout out to our guy, Sosa the Locksmith, been putting that out there as well. But
Sosa.
Yeah, shout out to Sosa there. But yeah, man, that's the only way I would think to go in as far as props. Other than Grayson Allen as well. Grayson Allen could hit this 3-point prop early on in the midst of this blowout, so that could be a good look as well. But yeah, I like what you guys are saying. It's similar to what happened with the Orlando game with the Bucks. They blew them the fuck out. It's another bottom feeder team, man. So I would see the same thing.
Okay, yeah, let's move out of here. Wizards, Pelicans. These teams met recently. The Wizards came back from a large deficit at home. If I'm not mistaken, that was the first game Brandon Ingram played of the season that night. 4.5 on the road. I'm not participating in this game. I still lean towards the Wizards. They even though they lost at home to the Hornets, I still lean towards the Wizards in this game. And it's just something weird about this Pelicans team at home sometimes. But I do want to say I have an even stronger lean towards the over in this game, the over 210.5. I think that this Wizards team, they played two tough divisional opponents in the Heat and the Hornets, 2 games that were decided by a handful of points, that were tough defensive battles. This is a great opportunity for the Wizards to put forth a better offensive performance, and I feel like it's a tune-up, not necessarily a tune-up game, but whether they cover or not, I'd be looking towards Wizards team totals over or the game total over in this game. But maybe the Wizards team total over is a better play because the Pelicans offense has been extremely inefficient, and I don't think it's going to be as close as last time. It's just that there's so many spots I didn't bet that one. I lean towards the Wizards and the over. How you guys feel about this?
For me personally, I like Montrezl Harrell off the bench, over 7.5 rebounds. I think he can go ahead and get that easy tonight. He's just a rebound monster. The guy's been playing with a high energy. That's kind of who he is, right? That's why you bring him on your team, bring him off your bench, 6 man of the year potential.
They love him in Washington.
Oh, they love him too. I mean, if it wasn't for Gafford, he should be starting right now. I think Gafford's doing his job too. But I think Montrezl Harrell off the bench, over 7.5 rebounds. I think he's playing over 30 minutes. I don't think this game is going to be a blowout. I think this game will be close within the 6 to 10 point range throughout the entire game. And like Sosa said, it stinks a backdoor possibility. I think that the Pelicans could backdoor this team. But just one prop. I know it's a bench player, but Montrez is basically a starter. Call him a half starter, half bench guy. I don't care. Over 6, and it's plus money, over 7.5.
Yep.
And over the last 4 games, he's averaging 12 boards, and this is coming off the bench. So, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
And to be honest, off the bench as well probably suits him better in this matchup as well. I don't think he'll spend a lot of time with Valanciunas out there, so he'll be able to crash at both ends of the court for sure. I like that look. I don't have anything on the line in this one. Washington kind of stumbling a little bit, which I think was expected. They started off ridiculously hot, and it was always going to be some level of regression. Pelicans might actually be working something out. I don't want to go too far with that, but they're at least creating an identity for themselves. And one thing I've sort of said on other shows as well, a lot of these teams, Boston, Indiana, the Pelicans, Portland, teams with the new head coaches that underperformed in the first month, I think we're going to see a lot better output from them in the next few weeks at least, while they get some familiarity with their new system. Remember, it was a shortened off season as well, so these new head coaches have come in. These players have had really little time to kind of get familiar with the new systems. And so for me, it's going to be a lot of buying on those teams. Pacers, Portland, Boston in particular, I think. But Pelicans might make that list just because they're probably going to be a little bit undervalued in the market. Not here, though. Not here. I want nothing to do with them tonight. That's just something to move forward for and keep an eye on, though.
And just to clarify real quick on Montrez's his point prop, his rebound prop, it's minus 106. Sorry, I said plus money. Minus 106.
Minus 106. Thanks for the clarity. Shout out to everyone in the chat rocking with us right now. Let's power through this schedule as well. Some of the 7 o'clock games are going to tip off. We might be here for a couple minutes past 7 p.m. Eastern, and then we'll wrap it up. We're just we'll also recount our picks. The next game is a game that I also have action on from earlier in the day. And I appreciate everyone that watched the short clip earlier. I posted a 2-minute video. It's the Jazz and the Thunder. I've got the Thunder team total under at 98, under 98. And I also it's dropped to 96.5. If anyone in the chat, or if you guys can see the odds, can tell me what it is right now. If it's 97.5, 96.5. In this game, I think the Jazz are going to crush these guys. And the Thunder team total is going to go under. I think they're going to bounce back from that home loss against the Jazz, which sent shockwaves in their own locker room. You read some of the things that they're saying afterwards. This team, to me, it was a contrarian total the other day. I was on the wrong side of injury news with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the OKC Thunder. When he was out, the game went over against the Hawks. It sounds strange, but I firmly believe that game would have went under if he was playing. Just something I'm noticing in his game and the tempo of the rest of the players. They kind of just stand there and watch him do his thing. The game kind of slows down with Shai in the game. But now it's the second game without Shai. They're not going to catch anyone by surprise today. The Jazz, if you look at these teams play often, and the Jazz have held them to under 100 points the last 3 times they've played as well. I think that trend continues tonight. It's going to be difficult for the Thunder to score. I played the Jazz minus 12.5. It's up to minus 14 now. That's kind of crazy on the road. I'm going to be completely honest. There's a lot of spots tonight if you think that's too many points, but maybe Jazz first half as well, like the Bucks. I know it's laying chalk, but I just don't see it with the Thunder today. They would have to play flawlessly. Lou Dort, Baisley, they have athletes, but let's see how it goes.
I like that look a lot. I haven't got on it. I can see, for me, 96.5, about minus 108 where I am, but I would probably still take that as well. I mean, the Jazz are legit one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. The Thunder don't have anything that they can do to really hurt them, especially with SGA out. There's no one to really penetrate and at least force the defense to collapse, which means, they're going to be taking basically contested shots if they want to try and get anything going from deep. They're not a great shooting team. I just don't see how the Thunder score. So I'm not involved in the game, but if I had to pick anything, I'd be laying the points, even if it is that high, and I'd be taking that team total under with you as well. Just a quick one before we get back to this game, and you two gentlemen can talk on it. Jaylen Brown officially in as well for the Celtics. So that's reopened at Brooklyn plus 100 now, which is probably tempting for anyone that wants to play the Nets.
That's big news. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. Hey, the Celtics might get this done. Let's see how it goes. It means a lot to the Celtics. This game means a lot to the Celtics. Let's see how it goes. I lean towards the Celtics in that game. Al Horford's going to have a big game tonight.
You know, I was thinking the same thing I said on, or I don't think I said it on Wham's show earlier today about. Did I say Horford? I'd have to go back and look at it. I thought I said something about Horford.
So.
Dennis Schroeder.
Shout out to Dennis Schroeder, though.
Wham, you want to talk on Jazz Thunder?
Yeah, I was just going to say that in this game, it's just like it really reeks of guys that's just stepping up from other guys here. Josh Giddey is the first person I think of, though, who should see an uptick in minutes here. And he possibly could be, I think we talked about on our show, he could possibly be, blowout proof there. But in this game, though, man, honestly, I just think it's just too kind of sketchy here. If I was to take anything in this game, which I think I already did take this play, was Royce O'Neal over 1.5. Right now, I'm looking to see what the line is right now. But that's something I didn't tweet out there. It's not an actual official play, but that's a bet that I did make in this game. Was Royce O'Neal over 1.5 threes?
What is it, plus money, or is it just?
No, I believe it. I'm trying to look it up right now. See what
like
it is right now.
I can see minus 110 here for that one.
Yeah, I think it's like minus 110, minus 114.
I like the play. I like the first half under too. Everyone, I'll tell you that straight up. I like the first half under. Jazz Thunder.
Yeah, I like the under in this game all the way around. He said I'm already knee deep. I like the under all the way around in this game. I don't have a play on the side or a total. But I do agree with you guys. I think the Jazz can finish this game and cover the spread for the entire game. I do like the Thunder under. I like that play that you have. I like everything that you guys are talking about, honestly. One play that I am going to jump on this game, and I like to give it out because the last time he played OKC, and OKC really doesn't have a paint presence, won enough to defend Rudy Gobert. But give me Rudy Gobert's points and rebounds over 27.5. Last time he played them, I think he hit 32. No, he had 37, 21 boards against this team the last time that he played him.
I kid you not. The only time I've ever posted a Rudy Gobert under on rebounds and was when against them, and he had like 20.
Was it that?
I lost my bet by halftime. Never again. I said never again am I taking his rebounds under against a bad team.
Yeah, I like to play bigs against this team. I don't really see them having a paint presence to cover him. I think he'll do enough to cover this spread. I'm not going to say he can cover it on points alone, but give me 15 boards and 15 points. I can see it.
Yeah, I think there's a correlation as well, right? Like if we all think under team total for OKC, like there's going to be misses and he's just going to be cleaning up all day. There's no one that's going to really be challenging him in there. So
let's just hope they're not long misses.
All right, let's move on to some of these other ones. You guys have plays for Bulls Rockets?
I do. I got action on that.
Yeah, share it with us. We got some big news with Caruso and Vucevic. They are both available to play. I'm not sure the starting five has been tweeted out just yet, but I know that they're available to play. What you got for us, Wham?
Yeah, I don't think Vucevic is going to stop my guy, Christian Wood. Even though Christian Wood hasn't been going crazy, he's averaging just only about 11 points. In this game, it has to be the matchup disparity. Even with Vucevic in the lineup, bring him out the line, bring him out the paint. Do what you will with Christian Wood. I think he goes over this. He's averaging just about 16.5 for the season. So it's just as of late, he hasn't been able to get here. I think this is a good matchup for him. And I did take the Christian Wood over 16.5. It got to have plus money. I'm not sure what it is right now, but I already line shot for that Royce O'Neal. You can get it at minus 114 for Royce O'Neal if you were to hop on it right now. But I look for the other one right now. I should have been line shopping. I'm just looking at my actual bets.
There's a lot going on right now. I'm actually going to tweet a couple of the plays from what we're discussing right now after we get off. Since they started 8 p.m. Eastern, I have a bit of time. I know some people, there's people who are working. There's people are doing all kinds of stuff, but we appreciate everyone that has time to watch right now. I'll replay later. Hit like for us, subscribe for us, and thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Let's get to it. Stay reasonable with all your bet size. 15 games? Just don't go too crazy, but yeah, let's keep it going. I think the Bulls, bro, I like taking this Rockets team's total under. Their team total under is just that.
Yes.
It's like, whoa, this team is very bad offensively. Their efficiency is just absolutely terrible. The spacing is really bad. It doesn't matter who they play in the lineup. it doesn't. Once those starters come out of the game, their scoring essentially dries up. They have to play a really tight rotation. Sometimes you see them play six, 7 people only, and they are actually hanging around in games. But once they take that developmental approach where they're giving 10 people minutes, people on the back end of the roster, you can tell that this organization is not really taking the game very seriously. I noticed it against the Knicks. Only a couple guys got to play. It was very tight rotation. They almost won that game, So it's just what do they want to do? Do they want to compete with their best guys, or do they want to just develop people all across the board? Because the youth, the combination of youth and the veterans that they have on the Rockets right now is not working. I think the Bulls get it done. Actually, and the under. I don't see the Rockets, how they're going to score very many points against this Bulls team. I'd be pretty surprised.
Yeah, I'm with you. Team total under 103.5. Lock that one in as well. Same thing, right? Like, this offense is just terrible. And looking at some of the metrics, like, they're dead last in adjusted shot quality. They're dead last in offensive efficiency. There's talk now that, Steven Silas is on the hot seat. And I think that's interesting as well. Like, when that news sort of comes out, we start to see whether the players really want to rally around him or whether they're basically mailing it in. I think we'll see that tonight. But they play at a high pace, and I think that's why we get these numbers on the Rockets. But the pace doesn't matter when you're just this inefficient. Like, it's a historically bad offense, basically. So I'm with you, unders, and I think that the Bulls get it covered. I think the Bulls are going to be that team this regular season that just shows up every single night. It might come undone a little bit for them in the playoffs. I don't buy them in a playoff scenario or a situation just yet. But in the regular season, they're going to show up every single night and put in their best effort, I think. So I'm not too worried about them taking the foot off the gas or taking this game too lightly.
Yeah, I lean to the Bulls. I agree with everything you guys are talking about. I lean to the Bulls covering this game. I don't have an official play on it. But I do have something to say. Like, I don't understand why Christian Wood is being so passive. If you watch his last game, he barely took like 5 or 6 shots. There it is right there. He's too skinny. He barely took any shots. And I know because I was watching this – I was actually watching this game because I had his double-double. And he ended up getting like 5 or 6 rebounds in the second half real quick, but he just would not shoot the ball. And I didn't understand it. And I've seen games where Christian Wood goes out in the fourth quarter about 3 minutes in, and the team's only down 12 points or 11 points, and he's going out and he's not coming back in. Now, I understand, like, oh, well, he probably didn't come back in because they just got blown out, but I don't know. I just can't bet on this team right now. Like you said, let's wait till Silas gets fired because I know it's coming. I don't like the way they did him, but let's see. Wait till he gets fired. Bro. And then see how this team bounces back. Maybe they go on a small run. Who knows?
It'll be breaking news. Stan Van Gundy. Something like that. Maybe something crazy like the Alvin Gentry thing. It's crazy. But yeah, hey, Bulls, I think Zach LaVine has a pretty decent performance tonight. Stunk it up against the Pacers. That was pretty shocking to me. We're looking at Zach LaVine to get his early. But if you guys believe in the blowout factor, maybe go a little bit light on the Bulls' offensive props over. You just don't know. But if you feel like the Rockets can compete, they do. There's not very many things they do well, but they do have a lot of assists as a team.
They have a fast pace. That's the best thing about them. They got a fast pace. Yeah.
They're in big trouble. I'm not betting on the Rockets. So, yeah. Let's move on to the Heat and the T-Wolves. We have the Heat -1 on the road, 212.5. Heat just played last night. Also shifting back across time zones. Some of the 7 p.m. games are tipping off right now, so we'll just hang around for a couple more minutes, get through some of these last games pretty fast, and then I'm going to see what's changed for these 8 o'clock games and tweet out some picks. When it comes to this Heat game, this T-Wolves team has a decent track record of playing very well against Eric Spoelstra coach teams, but obviously those are different rosters with different coaches in different years. These two teams only play twice a year, so it's hard to use that as guidance. I'll just say guidance, But when you look on the floor, I think this T-Wolves team can actually compete with this Heat team because we don't know how much these road games are really affecting this Heat team. It's crazy. Like, they're not coming out. Their three-point efficiency is dropping dramatically on the road. Last night against the Pistons, they had to clamp down to get that victory. Tyler Hero got it done. But, this T-Wolves team with the athletes they have, I think they can hang around. The line is really, really sharp. Like, what's going on with the line? I lean towards the T-Wolves here.
Yeah, I don't have an official on this one either. I do have a prop in this game that I like. I like Jimmy Butler over his points tonight. I think that if they're going to, like you said, this line is super, super tight and sharp. It's -1 to Minnesota. You would think that in any other scenario, the Heat, especially, is Bam going to play tonight?
Yeah, I don't see him off the injury report. So
he's not on the report. So.
Yeah.
So with Bam
it's kind of
playing,
strange as fuck though.
Yeah, you have a Heat team going into Minnesota, and they're +1 fully healthy. It's a little iffy. It's a little weird. Trap line. I'm probably going to stay away from it. And people like to throw that word out, trap and everything like that. For me, it's just a stay away. But I do think Jimmy Butler is going to get back tonight, get right. He's averaging 24 points over the season. We talked about this on Wham's show. I think that he's just taken over. And Sosa said it on Wham's show. He hates this team. He hates his team. Hates his team, so I could see him going off for like 25 easy tonight. You want to take an alt line and ladder that all the way up to 25, do whatever you want to do. But, yeah, I could see it. I could see it happening tonight.
Okay. Great.
I agree. It's a stay away for me. Absolute stay away game. I want nothing to do with this game. Part of it as well is like I don't really know who Minnesota are. They're a hard team to kind of get a grasp on. I know they've had a lot of market support in preseason, like their team total and early market support as well with their lines. So people obviously believe in them. Someone believes in them out there. I'm not willing to go that far yet. They're clearly a decent team when completely healthy. I mean, we saw when D'Angelo Russell went out for a few games there, they went on that skid. And I think it just shows how top-heavy they are, right? Like, they need everyone healthy and playing just to be competitive. As soon as you take one piece out, I think the drop-off in quality is pretty significant there. But, yeah, this game is just too hard for me. I want nothing to do with it. It's a tough schedule spot for Miami. Their offense has really started, like you said, this last couple of weeks. Some really bad shooting regression there. Can the Timberwolves take advantage? I don't know. Like you said, Jimmy Butler's going to do everything in his goddamn power to make sure they don't drop this game of all games. So, yeah, easy one to stay away from.
Okay. Thanks a lot for that, too, as well. I'm going to move on just quick. For me, I lean towards the T-Wolves, but I did not place a bet in that game. Won't be surprised if it goes over as well. As contrarian on the second night of a back-to-back. They might not have that same defensive prowess that we've seen from the Heat. Let's see how that goes. What you got, Wham, in this one?
Yeah, I'm on the under though, bro. It's just this T-Wolves is showing they're pretty much the best defensive team as of late over the last 5 games. It could be schedule related, of course. They did cover these last 5 games, but in that span, man, they're holding opponents at 95 points. The best 3-point percentage at opponents at 23%, and the best field goal percentage at 38%. So I think that you've seen the shooting regression as well for the Heat. I mean, Tyler Hero had to drop 31 points for them to be able to squeak out a win against Detroit, bro. I mean, like, this ain't Detroit. No, you know what I'm saying? This is not Detroit. I am a firm believer in this Timberwolves team. As far as them offensively, that's the problem for me. They're kind of up and down, chuckle and hide there. But defensively, with the mindset that they've shown on 3 levels of the court recently, they've shown to have it. So I think that the under is the spot. I already bet it at 213. I like the under here, man. I think both of these teams keep a slow pace. Both of these guys, as far as the Heat are the slowest pace, about 27th in pace in the last 5 games. So I think the defense that you're seeing from Timberwolves kind of give us that wiggle room we need to just get under this number. And also the new Wilson ball that my guy Sosa was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that helps out as well with the under.
Facts. Best of luck, bro. I didn't play the over, and the stats and the information you provided was key. So, yeah, just thanks for that, and best of luck with the play as well. You guys heard it right there from Wham, under in the Heat T-Wolves game. Moving on to the Hawks and the Spurs, nothing for me in this game, although I lean towards the under on paper when I cap the game. But there's a strong trend with the over for home games with the Spurs. If you guys have anything brief on this game, I'm going to start to wind it down before we get to this Warriors game. I'm sure we all have some stuff for that game as well. And what you guys got for Hawks and Spurs tonight? Props, totals, anything for this one?
Yeah, I'll just go real quick. Like, I'm on the Hawks here to cover. I think the line's a little bit short for them. They're rolling at the moment. I don't rate the San Antonio Spurs. Looking at the line, I mean, Phoenix were -5.5 here last home game for the Spurs, and that was a really bad schedule spot for them. I don't think the Hawks are that far off of the Suns in terms of their rating this season. I have them rated, a couple spots below, but not this far down. So considering it's a favorable spot for them, and I think, like I said, they're kind of beating up on a weaker schedule now after having a really rough start. This is a nice spot for the Hawks. I think that offensively they should be able to do what they want as well.
Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that as well. I actually agree with some of the Hawks' offensive props tonight as well. Just this game's a bit, sudden change of environment. This Spurs team is really, really strange at home, but for sure, I feel like the Hawks three-pointers will fall tonight. We just don't know what Spurs team we're going to get. That's really where my hesitation comes with this game. And it might be a live betting opportunity with a total as well. I'm noticing in these Spurs games when they get off the slow starts, there's an opportunity to capitalize on the live total in their games. Their pace in their games just dramatically increases after halftime for the Spurs team. Maybe it's because they're young, they're used to running, or it's a schematic thing with Greg Popovich right now. He's just telling them to just run. He's turning it to a track meet at home. So just keep an eye on that with the pace. Hopefully the Hawks are not playing from behind. And you guys have anything else on this one? Before we move on to the
Yeah,
Warriors?
I'm on this one as well. But I'll let Eddie go. I already talked y'all ear off already. Let Eddie go.
So I talked about this on Wham Show. I liked John Collins over 15.5 points. I think he can get that with ease tonight. He's going to have a few guys thrown at him, smaller guys. I think he should be able to take advantage. Maybe get to the line. I know the Spurs like to foul quite a bit. But another play that I added to this game and I gave out is Trey Young over 2.5 threes at plus 108. I know that early in the season he didn't know how to shoot the ball. He was shooting at an extremely low clip. Over the last 9 games, he's shooting 45% from the three-point line, from the three, and he's making almost 4 threes a game, putting up close to 9. So give me Trey Young over 2.5 threes at plus 108. You said it. You think the Hawks, Friday you said it. You think that the Hawks three-pointers will fall tonight? Yeah, goes good with my bet. I like it.
Yeah, let's continue. Let's continue to the Warriors game, everyone, and we'll get out of here. We have the Kings Blazers as well. If you guys have some stuff on that,
I was just gonna add on. I'm actually on the Spurs here, you guys. I ain't gonna lie. There was a players only meeting for Devin Vassell after the game after the Suns game, and I think that these guys are gonna come out and play well. They shot bad from 3, about 24% against the Suns. They barely lost that game. Just a little stupid things that they did, and they caught back up in the game with the defensive tenacity in the second half. So I think they're going to bring that and translation that into this game against the Hawks that's already bad on the road. We all know their record terrible on the road. Can they bring that on there and follow that trend that they had so far and the success that they had at the house? I got to see it to believe it here. So that's the reason why I'm on the Spurs plus 4. But go ahead, bro. My fault on Friday.
Yeah, no, don't say your fault. It's it's the floor is open. I just you guys already know why I'm acting the way I am right now. Everyone, 3 games are on. I'm like this on my phone in the corner of the screen. There's 3 games on right now, so I'm just tripping. The Lakers game. Gonna watch the Lakers game and the Suns game. It's already the action's already begun. So moving on to this Warriors game. For me, I can't take the 76ers in their current state. We did get news that Joel Embiid is back on Saturday potentially. So I think the Warriors are going to take these guys out today again, bro. Again. And the contrarian in me is telling me not to do it, but, if things go well in these early games, I'm going to lay the points to the Warriors.
I would agree. I agree with that, bro.
The defensive rating is just too high. They have players that are just clamping down. It's crazy. That game against Detroit when everyone was out last week, when it was just Poole and Wiggins, that game showed me a lot, that this team is built from the back end of the roster. So it's Warriors or nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say I got nothing, and I agree entirely. It's Warriors or nothing. Like, that's the only way you can play this.
Don't get cute. Just play it. Best team in the NBA. Best team, deepest team in the NBA. Doesn't matter who's playing on the court. Don't get cute. Just play the Warriors or don't play it at all.
Yep, I agree.
You guys have anything else in that game? Maybe we can just share some of our favorite picks from today, and then we can get out of here. We appreciate everyone that's been watching right now. I had a really kind of a crazy day, so we did the live right before the games came on. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A lot of information that's been shared, went through the entire schedule. Gonna just let's just continue. Let's continue to be responsible and try to learn as much as we can from these games. Welcome Jay Money in the chat as well. How's it going, brother? we're just going to get to some of these games. You guys can see I've had a long day. So for me, I'm going to take the Cleveland Cavaliers team total. I'm already on that right now. They've actually started out scoring quite a few points. I'm on that as is. But we can move on to the games that are not on right now. I'm taking the Jazz and the Thunder first half under. I'm taking the Thunder team total under. I'm taking the Bucks first half. And 1 second, I know there's something I just missed.
Russell Westbrook ass already turning over the ball and shit.
He's going crazy. Yeah, and that's what I like right now. And I like Utah to cover. I like Utah to cover. It's just that the line kind of got out of control. I got minus 12.5 with the Jazz earlier. The line got out of control, but definitely like that Thunder team total under. What you guys got today?
Favorite play of the day is Rudy Gobert, points and rebounds, and Trey Young over 2.5 threes. Points and rebounds for Rudy Gobert is 27.5 points. I think he gets that with ease tonight. I'm not worried about the blowout factor. I think he'll go ahead and pick the cleanup early in this game. Trey Young over 2.5 threes is at plus 108. Let's book it. Let's cash it.
Let's go solid.
Suns team total over was one of my favorites. That's already up and running. That's a good start so far. Let's see if they can continue. The Nets team total under, I'm still riding with it, even without Rob Williams. I think Jaylen Brown being in obviously helps that. I think it's going to be a real slow-paced arm wrestle game. I trust that Celtics defense a lot. I don't trust the Nets offense against elite teams yet until we see otherwise. Last one, Bucks. I think 4 game spread, huge number. I can't see a world where the Pistons keep up. For me in there, and probably the only other favorite one I really got, that Houston Rockets team total under, because that is just one trash lineup and a horrible offensive team.
The Rockets, holy, what's going on, Lam? Thanks
Yeah,
for sharing. I'm
going to start off with my Rockets pick here, then I guess, and I'm going to stay with the Christian Wood, the over 16.5 points. Again, he hasn't hit it, so man, I understand. A lot of the under talk fear for this team, and I don't think that they're going to snap out of their turnover woes with KPJ in the lineup or anything. So I do think they're going to continue to do that, but that's where I'm leaning there in that game. I also took the under Miami, 213, and then I also took the Spurs +4. I did take a stab at the Royce O'Neal. It's not official play, so you won't see it on my Twitter or anything, but I did take Royce O'Neal over 1.5 threes. Right now you can get it at minus 115. And yeah, that's it, bro. I appreciate you Friday having me on, bro. You already know.
We appreciate you guys, the insight that you guys are providing. Hit the like button for us, everyone. Subscribe, and you guys already heard it. You guys can come back, listen to it on replay. The games are already on. You guys enjoy the games, enjoy the holidays. Probably go live at a different time another day. Let's keep it going. I lean towards the Bulls, lean Warriors, the under in the Hawks game, lean the over in the Wizards game, maybe Wizards team total as well. But I'm invested in that Jazz Thunder game for sure. Everyone stay safe. It's NBA betting today. We'll see you guys again another day. Let's keep it going. Gonna watch these games now.
Peace. Happy Thanksgiving.